Good evening, everybody. I'm Seth Meyers. This late night. We hope you're doing well. And now, if you don't mind, we're going to get to the news. President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump walked the red carpet together last night at the 48th Kennedy Center Honors, which, by the way, is all he ever wanted. He never wanted to be president. He just wants to wear a tux and walk red carpets. If someone would just lay down a circular red carpet somewhere, we would never hear from him again. While walking the red carpet last night ahead of the 48th Kennedy Center Honors, President Trump told reporters that he had done very little to prepare for hosting the event and added, quote, "You want to be a little bit loose. Don't think that'll be a problem. If you're anything, you're loose. You're so loose, you're basically coming apart at the seams." President Trump presented medals to the 2025 Kennedy Center honorees over the weekend in the Oval Office, or by the looks of them, in Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. Look at them. It looks like the last call at an Eyes Wide Shut party. During the 2026 World Cup drawing ceremony last week, President Trump accepted the new FIFA Peace Prize, which featured a gold medal and trophy. Look at that. He couldn't get a Nobel Prize, so they made up a new Peace Prize just for him, and he still knows he doesn't deserve it. He looks like he's saying, "Can I have some of your fries?" That's right, President Trump was awarded the new FIFA Peace Prize, and I'm sorry, but that thing is evil. That's not a trophy. That's what gives Pinhead his powers. During the 2026 World Cup draw ceremony last week, President Trump said that the name of the sport soccer should be changed to football in the U.S., and pickleball should be changed to just literally anything else. During a cabinet meeting last week, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's name placard misspelled Secretary of War with 2 S's in secretary. But I'm sure after a couple of beers, that's just how he pronounces it. I'm a Secretary of War. The New York Times over the weekend released its list of the 67 most stylish people of the year, which includes Pope Leo. Great, now everyone's gonna start dressing like that. Then a new law is set to take effect this week in Australia to keep children under 16 off social media, which means millions of children in Australia will finally put their phones down, go outside, get bit by something, and die. I should have given them an iPad! Pantone recently announced that its 2026 color of the year is Cloud Dancer, which it describes as a, quote, lofty white neutral, which is also how I describe Steve Kornacki. That joke's for Leslie Jones. She's a big fan. And finally, a raccoon recently broke into a liquor store in Virginia, smashed multiple bottles of bourbon, and was discovered passed out on the bathroom floor, which incidentally is also the Virginia state flag. That was a monologue, everybody. I've got a great show for you tonight. She is a wildly talented and successful singer, a songwriter, and actress. Her latest album, Man's Best Friend, was nominated for 6 Grammy Awards, including Album of the Year. Sabrina Carpenter is here, you guys. First time. So excited. You've seen him in The Crown and movies such as Challengers and The Mastermind. This weekend, he's hosting Saturday Night Live with musical guest Lily Allen. He currently stars in Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery, which is in select theaters now and streams on Netflix Friday, December 12th. Josh O'Connor is on the show. Thrilled about that as well. Before we get to that, Donald Trump got a fake peace prize from FIFA and said we should change the name of American football because soccer is the real football, something that would have made Donald Trump furious if anyone other than Donald Trump said it, such as the world we live in. For more on this, it's time for a closer look. Donald Trump has been desperate his entire life for human connection. I'm just kidding, for big ol' shiny awards. In his previous life as a game show host, he was obsessed with the fact that he never won an Emmy. He actually talked about it on his Emmy-losing show.
I got screwed out of an Emmy. Everybody thought I was going to win it. Like, in fact, when they announced the winner, I stood up before the winner was announced. You know what? and I started walking for the Emmy. I literally stood up and started walking.
Oh, to be that immune from embarrassment. If I stood up and started walking for an Emmy I did not win, I would not stop walking until I had submerged myself in the Pacific Ocean. Of course, I would never stand up early because if I've learned one lesson in showbiz, it's that when Seth Meyers gets nominated for an Emmy, his evening does not end holding an Emmy. Real quick, can we play a car horn for every time I've lost an Emmy? We can stop there. I'm not gonna make you sit through 33 car horns. But real quick, play a single duck quack for every Emmy I've won. 2 wins. 33 losses. Pretty bad record for the Emmys, but not bad for a Jets coach. Trump also made a video about how the Emmys were rigged, not against him, but against other people.
Fewer and fewer people watch the Emmys each year, and for good reason. They choose the wrong shows. They choose the wrong actors and actresses. They choose the wrong people. Certain shows, and I can name them, and maybe at some point I will, just don't get the acclaim that they should. I'm not talking about myself. I'm not talking about The Apprentice.
I'm not talking about myself. I'm, of course, talking about history's most infamous Emmy snubs. The Wire, we love The Wire, Angela Lansbury, and, of course, the great Steve Carell. Steve Carell, he never won an Emmy for The Office. I remember I saw him at the Emmys once. I said, Steve, losing so many times in a row, it must be so hard. And he replied, that's what she said.
But the Emmy was not the only award Trump coveted. He was also very proud of an award he won in the state of Michigan.
I love Michigan. And I was the man of the year or something like 4 or 5 years ago. And I came here, and I have so many friends in Michigan, but I came here to get the award.
12 years ago, I was named Man of the Year of Michigan.
I just left Michigan. They had me Man of the Year in Michigan. When I got the Man of the Year, I got Man of the Year in Michigan a long time ago, like 12 years ago. Nothing to do with politics. They wrote Man of the Year. I was honored here years ago as the Man of the Year or whatever.
I was the Man of the Year by, I think, somebody, whoever. I was the Man of the Year in Michigan. Can you believe it?
No, I can't. Because you're so cagey about it. You want us to believe you won Man of the Year or whatever, and it was given to you by somebody, whoever. When they gave you this award, did they swear you to secrecy?
Mr. Trump, it is our honor to present you with the Michigan Man of the Year Award. As for who we are, you will never know. Simply accept this award with the knowledge that somebody gave it to you or whatever.
Well, anyway, by now you've probably deduced that this story about the Michigan Man of the Year Award isn't strictly true in the sense of accuracy or with regard to things that actually happen in the real world.
It would be kind of confusing why they would give a famous New Yorker the Man of the Year award in Michigan. The answer is that whoever they are, did not do that. There is no sign that this award actually exists, let alone that Donald Trump actually got it. No evidence provided whatsoever. It just did not happen. A former Republican congressman said his theory is that when Trump spoke at a dinner he organized in Michigan before Trump was a politician, he gave Trump a bunch of thank you gifts, and Trump seems to have misinterpreted those as some sort of Man of the Year award.
Wait, I'm sorry, they handed him a thank you gift and he mistook it for an award?
I'm very honored to receive the first ever Michigan Man of the Year award. It's an oven mitt in the shape of the state.
But in fairness, who hasn't made that mistake? I remember one time I took my kids to a birthday party, and on the way out, they handed me a goodie bag, and I said, oh my God, for me? Oh, I was not expecting this. I want to thank my agent, my manager, the folks over at NBC, most of course, the big man, the man upstairs is the one who made this all possible, Lorne Michaels. I will cherish this Man of the Year kazoo forever. It's bad enough I've lost all those Emmys. Give me a kazoo that doesn't work. But to me, the best part is what happened next. Trump talked about this fake award so much, the Michigan Republicans eventually just made one up.
After Trump had been telling this lie for a long time, a group of Michigan Republicans did invent a Man of the Decade award to give to him.
These simps have no bottom. I love that the party that was so mad about kids in Little League getting participation trophies had to retroactively make up a fake award for their leader so he wouldn't get the SADs. I mean, at least the kids actually participated in Little League. Everyone knows how easily Trump is flattered by gifts and fake awards, and that dynamic has only become more glaring in his second term. South Korea gave him a crown, the Olympic Organizing Committee gave him a bunch of medals, and Apple CEO Tim Cook gave him a glass disc on a gold base, although that award was quickly ruined when Trump turned it on its side and used it as a blade. But nothing will ever top what FIFA did on Friday when they presented Trump with this coveted and widely respected Peace Prize. No, not the one you're thinking of, a different one that they just made up for Trump.
Just moments ago, US President Donald Trump was awarded the first FIFA Peace Prize in the build-up to next year's World Cup.
President Trump received FIFA's first ever Peace Prize as he publicly campaigns to get another award, the Nobel Peace Prize.
Please welcome the very first winner of the FIFA Peace Prize, the 45th and 47th President of the United States of America, Mr. Donald J. Trump. Please. Mr. President, this is your prize. This is your Peace Prize. There is also a beautiful medal for you that you can wear everywhere you want to go.
Right now.
Okay, let me hold. Fantastic. Excellent.
I have so many questions. I mean, first of all, is there anything sadder than putting a medal on yourself? It's like putting the candles in your own birthday cake.
I hope someone comes to my party.
I guess we shouldn't be surprised the guy who starts walking the stage before they announce the winner also can't wait to wear his shiny new toy. You can wear it whenever you feel appropriate. I'm gonna wear it now. Also, if you are gonna make a Peace Prize, don't make it so creepy. That trophy doesn't exactly say peace. It says hell is full and the dead walk the earth. What's with all the gnarled hands reaching up from the grave? Do they want a piece of human souls? Also, aren't hands famously not allowed in soccer? And whose hands are those anyway? That looks like a reverse shot of that time Trump and some Arab leaders held a glowing orb. But the gambit worked exactly as planned. Trump was so easily swayed by the special trophy from FIFA that within minutes, the man who once called himself America First was saying, we should rename American football because soccer is the real football.
When you look at what has happened to football in the United States, is again soccer in the United States, we seem to never call it that because we have a little bit of a conflict with another thing that's called football. But when you think about it, shouldn't it really be called? I mean, this is football. There's no question about it. We have to come up with another name for the NFL stuff. Yeah. It really doesn't make sense when you think about it.
He thought he won the Nobel Peace of My Mind. Well, I'm going to give you a piece of my mind. That was really cool. Did you ask ChatGPT to write you some stand-up comedy? They gave him one fake Peace Prize, and he's already turning on the quintessential American sport and siding with Europe. To win Trump back, the NFL is going to have to one-up FIFA with the first inaugural NFL Lifetime Achievement Genius Peace Prize, Emmy, Oscar, Golden Globe, Tony, Michigan Man of the Year Award or whatever. And it's going to come with a trophy that looks like, I don't know, the devil's screaming skull. And sure, in the context of FIFA, this may just seem sad and pointless, but I think we can all agree it's not ideal to have a president who is so easily swayed by shiny metal objects. We have no idea what he's getting in return when he pardons drug kingpins or crypto billionaires or when he does special favors for foreign countries. They're plying the president with gifts and kicking the U.S. around like a
Football.
This has been A Closer Look.